What's up, Broncos country? I'm Dakota, and this is 406 Broncos. As you can see, Mac's not here with me today, as the usual. He's out hunting. So we tried to do a video earlier this week. Just nothing ever happened. So I wanted to make sure got at least a short, quick video to you guys because there's been a lot to talk about this week. We got to recap the Chiefs game. Got to talk about the upcoming matchup with the Colts. But first, I want to talk about the big news of the week. Emmanuel Sanders traded to the 49ers. Obviously, really sad to see Sanders go. Great guy, great teammate, great player. Won a Super Bowl with us for 6 years. Obviously, don't ever like to see a guy like that go. But let's be realistic here. It was the best move that we could have made. His contract was up at the end of the season. He said already that he was pretty much out the door. I don't think he would have re-signed with us. Great. I think it was a great situation for both of us. We sent him to a winning situation. He's now in playoff contention. He can now, compete for another ring. Great scenario for him. He's going to an offense that he already knows with the Rich Scangarello, Kyle Shanahan type offense. So I think we put him in a great situation, which I'm glad we did that for him. For us, we gave away a 5th round pick and Sanders, got a 4th round pick and a 3rd round pick. I don't think you could really get a better deal for a player his age. While he still has talent, we only got a 4th round pick for Demarius, and he was running as a number 1 receiver for so long. Now I do believe Sanders obviously has, he's a little bit better in his age than Demarius was when we traded him. But, think about it. We upgraded a 5th round pick for a 4th round pick, 5th round pick for a 4th round pick, and received a 3rd round pick. That gives us 3 3rd round picks now. We also free up cap space. So that gives us the opportunity to re-sign players, gives us the opportunity to go out and search for free agents that we desperately need. It gives us draft stock to both trade with and to just draft young talent, which is exactly what we need. And so, as sad as I am to see Sanders go, I speak for both me and Mac. I know Mac is a big Sanders fan too. We both are. It was the right move. We had to do it, and I think it really works out for both of us, for both Sanders and for the Broncos. So, with that, a mile-high salute to you, Emmanuel Sanders. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Thank you for everything that you've brought Broncos country. We appreciate it. Now, before we move on to the Chiefs game, let's talk about some other trade potential. There's talk of trading Chris Harris. There's talk of trading Derek Wolfe. These are both guys that are unrestricted free agents, I do believe, at the end of this season. Now, Derek Wolfe's actually having a pretty good year. I would love to see us re-sign Wolfe. I think Wolfe wants to stay. I know he's frustrated with this with the past few years that we've had. However, I think he likes the direction we're going in with Vic Fangio, and I think he would like to sign and stay with us. He's done it once before. I could see him doing it again. Harris, of course. Harris is one that I could see wanting to leave, just for the fact that the frustration level. Not because he doesn't like it in Denver. I believe he loves it there. I believe he loves the fans, and I guess I would want to believe that. However, I could see him wanting to leave just for the competition factor of it. But I don't know that we want him to leave because of the fact that we did give him the sign bonus or like the extra money at the beginning of the season. So I could see us wanting to keep him. We'll see how that shakes out. Let's go back a week, almost 10 days ago, to our horrible loss to the Chiefs in a situation that was, we had the upper hand in the situation as far as home field advantage on a short week. They were banged up. Mahomes even went out in the game. So we had a lot of things in our favor for that game, and we still shit the bed. Now, I place the blame, obviously I do believe most of us would, on the offense. Struggled all around, could not convert a first down. O-line fell to pieces on a team that has struggled to get pressure. I don't know why this happened. I couldn't tell you what the issue was. I'm not going to blame the OC because I think he's been doing a pretty good job. I don't like that Joe Flacco has been so lackadaisical at the quarterback. I would like to see him maybe show some emotion, show some fire, show some leadership. Have not seen that much of the last few games. He kind of did in the beginning, but not so much in the last few games. I think it's time to give the keys to Locke. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand putting him in the game now might be more detrimental than, positive for him. So I think we do need to put him in toward the end of the season, maybe the last 2 games or so, see what we have in him, because it's very clear to me that we're not going to make the playoffs. Granted, our division is quite horrible, and with Patrick Mahomes being out, and they're playing some pretty tough games coming up, they could drop a few more. As well as, the Chargers have not been the same. The Raiders are still the Raiders. It's a pretty wide open division, honestly. But I just don't see us with the way we're playing with the transition in schemes. I don't see it happening this year. So if we're gonna be in full rebuild mode, we need to put Locke in at some point. See what we have in him. Because if you cut Flacco at the end of the year, and I hate that. I hate being on this quarterback carousel because it just reminds me of the Browns. It's a very Browns-esque thing, and that's the last team you want to be is the Browns, post last year and this year. Because at least they have a quarterback they can trust in. Us, we've just been flopping around. But, hear me out on this. We free up $16 million in cap space. That's that much more money to work with in offseason. If Harris leaves, that's that much more money. But I'd like to see us re-sign Harris, honestly. However, you free up that cap space. You give the keys to a young quarterback who hopefully has a high upside. We'll see. That's yet to be determined. But hopefully he can be the guy that can... really... At worst case, maybe he can do as good as Flacco, but you're paying him that much less money. And you can actually build an O-line that can maybe protect him, build better pieces on defense to help out the team. So that's my opinion. Back to this Chiefs loss. We had the best opportunity that we've had all season to move that much closer to the top of the division, and we blew it. We've had 10 days to collect ourselves and think about, how we're going to approach this next game. Obviously, that's going to be without Emmanuel Sanders, which is not great because we're so short at that position anyway. Maybe we bring Juwan Winfrey in, see what he's made of. And then we also have Will Parks and obviously Bryce Callahan out for this next game. So, let's talk about the Colts. The Colts are on a raging fire of a roll right now. They are white hot. They seem to just be dominating. Not I wouldn't necessarily say dominating, but they are playing very well for not having Andrew Luck. Jacoby Brissett has been playing very well. Their defense is playing extremely well. I'm not exactly confident in this game. We're on the road. It's in Indy. We've seen crazier things happen. I'm not going to doubt us. I'm not going to think that we're going to just lose. But with the momentum that the Colts have, it's definitely not a confident game going in. We'll see. Obviously, I'm going to be cheering them on. We're all going to be cheering them on. But I think it's a tough matchup. I think this one got flexed to the early games, so we'll be watching them in the morning. But, as far as the future state of our team, I think the direction just needs to go towards Locke. And then, obviously, we need to activate... If we're going to activate 2 guys off of the injured reserve, which we can only activate 2, and I think we have 4 on there right now, Locke and Tim Patrick have to be the guys, because you just need that extra help on the receiving end. And I think Tim Patrick actually could be a future member of this team, whether he be a 3rd or 4th receiver. I think he's definitely capable of that. However, next year we definitely need to get another top tier receiver, whether that be in the draft or free agency. Sutton, I think, is clearly ready to take that next step in being the true number one. He's proven that he at least can be. Now, if we went out and got a number one, like AJ Green or something of that nature, yeah, Sutton would be a great number two, obviously. But we'll see how that turns out. Yeah, you gotta give the keys to Locke. You gotta let him. That's the future, man. We didn't draft him for no reason. And we definitely need a new left tackle because Garrett Bowles is not the answer. As many times as he might prove that he can have a good game, he has 3 bad games for every good game. That's not good, especially for a left tackle. No way. And I'm not even convinced I'm moving him into guard position. Next year, we need to get a true left tackle, a good left tackle. Then we need to get a right guard because Leary is on his way out. We already paid Juwan James. We got to keep him. And Dalton Reisner is a diamond in the rough. That is our team. And I guess Connor McGovern's not doing bad. But those 2 positions on the line need to change, for sure. We'll see how this week goes. It might be a rough one, folks. So buckle up and just be prepared. I'm hopeful. I think we all are, but that's all we ever are. It's just hopeful. So we'll sign off on this one. We'll probably have a post game during the game there. Or after the game. But a lot of praying. Let's see what we can do, guys. Have a good week.